Hello everybody, welcome back to Evans Wrestling here today. So today, as you can tell by the title of the video, we are back with the WWE pay-per-view reviews. Today, we are going to be reviewing No Way Out 2003. So let's get started here. No Way Out 2003 was held February 23rd, 2003 from the Bell Center in Montreal, Canada. The theme song for the event was Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. Fantastic song. Love me some Evanescence. And for anybody wondering, yes, I do have the DVD of No Way Out 2003. Kicking this event off and this review off, it is a one-on-one singles match. Now, originally, this was not going to be the match, but it got changed before the event. But it is our first contest of the night. Pits Chris Jericho going one-on-one with Jeff Hardy. Now, originally, this was supposed to be Chris Jericho versus Test, but for some reason it got changed. I don't know the real reason why it got changed. This was a pretty good match. In the end, Chris Jericho puts the Walls of Jericho on Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy tries to hold on, tries to push through it and get out of it, but Jeff Hardy ends up tapping out to Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho ends up defeating Jeff Hardy in a really good opening match. Then Chris Jericho will not let go of the Walls of Jericho. The referee is ringing the bell. The referee is trying to get Chris Jericho off of Jeff Hardy. And out comes the man that Canada hates the most. Out comes Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels comes out, attacks Chris Jericho, gets him off of Jeff Hardy. Michaels in there, he's attacking Chris Jericho, and then out comes Chris Jericho's tag team partner at the time, Christian. Christian runs out, jumps Shawn Michaels. Jericho and Christian continue to beat down on Shawn Michaels. They whip Shawn Michaels off the rope. They try to double clothesline. Shawn ducks it. Shawn comes back and hits a double DDT on both Jericho and Christian. Shawn Michaels knocks Jericho right out of the ring, and Shawn Michaels hits a sweet chin music. A pretty good looking sweet chin music too. Christian sold it perfectly on Christian. And that was pretty much the end of that. Chris Jericho defeats Jeff Hardy. Shawn Michaels comes out, saves Jeff Hardy, and Christian comes out. And then Shawn Michaels takes out both Jericho and Christian as Jericho is leaving, and Shawn is standing tall in the ring. Pretty good opening match. It was a pretty good match. Both Chris Jericho and Jeff Hardy, two great wrestlers in their own right. Next match, it is for the World Tag Team Championships when the champions, William Regal and Lance Storm, take on the unlikely duo of Rob Van Dam and Kane. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I actually enjoyed RVD and Kane's little tag team in 2003, late 2002 tag team. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that tag team pretty well. I enjoyed their tag team title reign. Yeah, I was a big fan of the Kane and RVD tag team. This tag team match was alright. All perfect athletes in their own right. You know, like William Regal, Lance Storm, RVD, and Kane. All of them great. All of them great superstars. Mid-match, Kane actually body slammed William Regal, and it actually knocked William Regal out unconscious. As you could tell, William Regal was laying there. He wasn't moving. No. You could tell, you know, he was there, but the lights were out, but there weren't nobody home, or how you say that. In the end, Lance Storm jumps on the back of Kane. Lance Storm takes Kane's mask, pulls it aside to Kane's face, and now Kane is blind and cannot see. Kane gets Lance Storm off his back. And then, Kane gets Lance Storm, throws Lance Storm off of him. And then, Rob Van Dam gets pushed into Kane, and Kane can't see, so he ends up choke-slamming RVD. Lance Storm ends up knocking Kane out of the ring. Lance Storm hooks the leg on RVD, 1, 2, 3, and Lance Storm and William Regal retain the World Tag Team Championships after a misconception by Kane chokeslamming his own partner. And then Kane gets his mask fixed, and then him and RVD are arguing, and Kane is telling RVD that he couldn't see, and RVD's pissed at Kane, and then RVD walks away, and then that was pretty much the end of that. Really good tag team match. It was alright. Next, it is a backstage segment. Josh Matthews is interviewing Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore. V1 Matt Hardy. Matt's telling Josh that talking about Mattitude and how it's a frame of mind, and then Matt Hardy walks away from Josh Matthews, walks over, and he confronts his brother Jeff Hardy, who's just coming back. And Matt Hardy's telling Jeff about how if he would have just stayed with Matt, he wouldn't be losing every match he's in, and then that of course pisses Jeff Hardy off, and Jeff Hardy slaps the shit out of Matt Hardy, his brother. And then Matt's mad, and Shannon Moore's calming Matt down, saying that his match is next and not worry about him, and that's the end of that backstage segment. And of course, leading into the next match, it is for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship, when the champion, Billy Kidman, defends his Cruiserweight Championship against Matt Hardy, V1 Now this was a really good Cruiserweight Championship match. Matt Hardy had to drop some weight to face Billy Kidman for the title here, and he ended up dropping the weight and getting the title opportunity, and here we are, No Way Out. Next, then the ending of the match, Matt Hardy crotches Billy Kidman on the top rope. Or was it Shannon? Shannon Moore and Matt Hardy crotched Billy Kidman on the top rope. And then Matt Hardy went up, grabbed Billy Kidman, and hit a beautiful looking twist of fate off of the top rope. Matt Hardy hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Matt Hardy is your new Cruiserweight Champion. In a really good Cruiserweight Championship match. Billy Kidman and Matt Hardy, two of the best. Next match is from SmackDown. It is a SmackDown match when, for the first time ever, I believe so, I think this is the first time ever, it is a one-on-one match when The Big Show goes one-on-one with The Undertaker. And this Big Show versus Undertaker match was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It wasn't good. It was okay. Undertaker, towards the ending, A-Train runs down. Him and A-Train and Big Show have been in cahoots for these past few weeks. A-Train runs down, gets up on the apron. Undertaker sees him. Undertaker elbows A-Train right off the apron. Paul Heyman runs over to A-Train, tries to check on him. Undertaker comes up and does this big old dive over the top rope on the A-Train and Paul Heyman, taking them both out. Taker gets back in the ring. Big Show hits a big old choke slam on the Undertaker. Big Show tries to go to cover the Undertaker, but Undertaker ends up locking a triangle choke on the Big Show. And the Big Show's fighting it. The Big Show's trying to get out of it, but he ends up not being able to get out of it. Big Show ends up passing out, and the Undertaker defeats the Big Show via triangle choke. And then after Undertaker gets the victory, Undertaker goes to the outside and grabs a steel chair. He brings it back in the ring. He's looking to finish the Big Show off for good. But as Undertaker's going to hit the Big Show with the steel chair, the A-Train runs back in, grabs the chair from the Undertaker, and it hits a big old derailer on the Undertaker right in the middle of the ring. A-Train in his blue jeans and his chain necklace and his bald head and no shirt on. Big derailer on the Undertaker, and he's in the Undertaker's face saying, telling Undertaker that this is his yard, and Undertaker's just a little dog, and the A-Train's the big dog in his yard. And I'm like, yeah, okay, A-Train, I'm sure. And then A-Train, Paul Heyman, and Big Show take a powder. They leave, and that's pretty much the end of that. But in the end, the Undertaker gets the win over the Big Show via triangle choke in a okay match. It's a typical big man match, typical Big Show match. Easier to put it this way. Next match is a fantastic match, though. It is a SmackDown match. It is a handicap match. When Team Angle, Kurt Angle, Shelton Benjamin, and Charlie Haas take on the team of Brock Lesnar and Chris Benoit. Now, this was originally supposed to be not originally supposed to be a handicap match, but earlier in the show, Brock Lesnar and Chris Benoit found Edge unconscious in the backstage area. No, they don't know what happened to him. EMTs and paramedics are checking on Edge. Edge is not responding. Edge ends up getting carted away on a stretcher in an ambulance. And Benoit and Brock were given the choice to find another tag partner for the match, but they ended up saying, "Screw it, we're gonna go in on this just the two of us. We're gonna take on Team Angle in a handicap match." Now, if y'all don't know, the real reason why Edge was taken out of this match is because Edge had injured his neck in a no disqualification match against Eddie Guerrero the previous September on SmackDown in 2002. So Edge was taking time off to go heal from his neck injury. So that's why he was real life taking out of this match was because he needed neck surgery, and he was going to go get neck surgery so he can come back better than ever. Now, this match was a fantastic handicap match. You don't see too many. You don't see too many very often really good handicap matches, but this was one of them. I mean, all of them are great athletes in their own right. You know, Angle, Benjamin, Haas, Benoit, Lesnar, all great athletes in their own right. So this was a pretty good handicap match. Turn my notes here. Pretty good handicap match. Benoit ends up giving a German suplex to Charlie Haas. Kurt Angle runs in, and Benoit and Angle are fighting back and forth. 1 minute, Benoit's got Angle in the crossface. Next minute, Angle's got Benoit on the ankle lock. But Benoit ends up getting the crossface back on Angle. But Team Angle runs in, breaking it up. Chris Benoit ends up locking the crossface in on Charlie Haas. Shelton Benjamin tries to come in and break it up, but Brock Lesnar runs in, knocks Benjamin out of the ring. And then here comes Kurt Angle with his WWE Championship, looking to hit Chris Benoit with it, but Brock Lesnar stops him, kicks him in the gut. Angle drops the belt. Lesnar hits a big ol' F5 on Kurt Angle. But in the end, Charlie Haas would tap out, and the winners of this handicap match is Chris Benoit and Brock Lesnar in a fantastic, fantastic handicap match. Brock Lesnar then grabs Kurt Angle's WWE title, puts it over his shoulder, tells Kurt Angle to get ready for WrestleMania because Brock Lesnar is coming to take the Undisputed Championship. As you guys know, Lesnar won the Royal Rumble in 2003-2004 Royal Rumble. I did review the Royal Rumble 2003 event. If you go all the way back from when I first started this channel, you will see the Royal Rumble 2003 review. But as you all know, Brock Lesnar went on to WrestleMania and took the WWE Championship from Kurt Angle in a fantastic WrestleMania match. The match where Brock Lesnar did the shooting star press, landed right on his head, broke his damn neck, almost killed himself. Dumbass. Next match. Oh God, here we go. It is for the World Heavyweight Championship when the champion, Triple H, God, the Reign of Terror, takes on, in a rematch from the Royal Rumble, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. This, again, just like the Royal Rumble match, was the fucking shits. It was terrible. But I will say this, though, it was a little bit better than the Royal Rumble match, because their Royal Rumble match sucked balls. Scott Steiner makes his way to the ring first, and the Montreal crowd is just booing the hell out of Scott Steiner. I mean, well, I would too if I was, if I was there at that event in 2003. I'd be booing his ass too. Nothing against Scott Steiner, but I just like to make fun of it because, his time in WWE 2003 was terrible. But Triple H ends up getting cheered. Even though Triple H was a part of the Montreal Screwjob back in 97, he still gets cheered here, but Shawn Michaels gets booed. Shawn gets booed, Scott gets booed, Triple H gets cheered, Anyway, but Evolution ends up coming down in the ring, trying to help Triple H. Well, first Ric Flair came down, and then Ric Flair signaled for Randy Orton, and here came Randy Orton. And then Scott gets rid of Evolution, knocks Triple H right out of the ring. Randy Orton gets on the top rope. Steiner grabs Orton, dumps him off the top rope. Scott Steiner grabs Randy Orton and chucks him right over the top rope onto Batista, and Orton sold it perfectly too. That was a really great spot. Randy Orton in the 2000s, top-notch seller. So yeah, Scott Steiner chucked Orton over the top rope. Ric Flair ended up distracting referee Earl Hebner. That gave Triple H the time to grab the World Heavyweight Championship belt, run in, hit Scott Steiner with it. Triple H covered Scott Steiner to get the win. 1-2. But Scott Steiner kicked out. And then Triple H, they both got back up. Triple H hits a big old pedigree onto Scott Steiner. 1, 2, 3. And Triple H retains the World Heavyweight Championship. And the Reign of Terror continues. In a really terrible, really bad match. But it wasn't as bad as Royal Rumble 2003. It still sucked, but it wasn't that bad. Next match. It is the pay-per-view return and television return, but he did appear after Raw one night. That was not on air. It was not shown. It is the pay-per-view return of the Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin, as he returns to the WWE to take on his opponent tonight, Raw General Manager Eric Bischoff. Noting, if you guys noticed when you watched the show, you noticed Jonathan Coachman is commentating with Jerry the King Lawler. That's because Eric Bischoff and Chief Morley, a.k.a. Val Venus, took out Jim Ross on an episode of Raw before the event, giving Jim Ross concussion, smashing a cinder block over his head. And that's why JR was not here. But JR returns to the commentary desk for this match just to see Stone Cold stomp a mud hole into Eric Bischoff and walk it dry. And that's exactly what Stone Cold did. Stone Cold came in, whipped Eric Bischoff like a government mule, as JR would say. Stone Cold hit a couple of stunners. Every time the referee would count to 2, Stone Cold would pick up Eric Bischoff to torture him some more. And then, after a few stunners, booyah, the one final stunner, Stone Cold hits the stunner on Eric Bischoff one more time. 1, 2, 3, and Stone Cold Steve Austin squashes Eric Bischoff. I mean, I wouldn't really call this a match. I would really call this a squash, a job. Eric Bischoff was just put in this match just to put over Stone Cold and make it look like Stone Cold never left, which Eric Bischoff did a damn good job too. So yeah, Stone Cold is back. Stone Cold celebrating. JR is going crazy on commentary for the return of Austin. Stone Cold walks up the ramp, gives the middle finger. Stone Cold Steve Austin walks to the back, and that's the end of that. Next, it is the main event of the evening when Hulk Hogan takes on, this is a rematch from WrestleMania 18, Hulk Hogan takes on The Rock. Now, The Rock had turned heel, and this was around the beginning of Hollywood Rock, where The Rock came back as a heel in 2003. Rock would debut his new entrance, the video showing shots of I believe it was Los Angeles, I believe, with the eerie music in the background. And The Rock debuts a new theme song. He honestly, I really enjoyed his Hollywood Rock. I feel like Hollywood Rock was the best version of The Rock, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. If you don't agree with it, you don't have to. But that's my opinion. And I love his 2003 theme song. I think it's really good. But this one, when he came out to, he had his voice in it. But I like it better with it's just the instrumental. But anyway, this match, honestly, I have to say this match was pretty decent. It was a pretty decent main event. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but if you were to ask me, I prefer this match over WrestleMania 18. I know everybody prefers WrestleMania 18 because of how big of a moment it was, but for me, I really enjoyed their No Way Out match better than the WrestleMania match. But that's just me, In the end, Hulk Hogan is hulking up. Hulk Hogan's doing his usual Hulk up. Hulk Hogan hits the big boot on The Rock, hits the leg drop on the Rock. But the referee counts 1, 2, and then the lights go out. And the lights are out for about a minute or two. About a minute, 20, 25 seconds, something like that. Lights come back on. The referee is laid out. The Rock is still laid out. Hogan's wondering what the hell just happened. But while Hulk Hogan's wondering what the hell just happened, out comes Vince McMahon. And Vince McMahon's walking down the ramp, looking at Hogan, saying, "You damn right it was me who did it." And then Hogan's looking furious. But the referee wakes back up. The Rock signals to the referee to toss The Rock a steel chair. The referee slides the steel chair to The Rock. The Rock grabs the chair, gets up. Hulk Hogan turns around, big steel chair shot right to the head of Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan does the blade job, of course. The Rock tosses the chair out of the ring like, I didn't do nothing. And then The Rock hits a big old rock bottom on Hulk Hogan. The referee jumps back up, looking all fine. And the referee, this unknown referee, counts 1, 2, 3. And The Rock defeats Hulk Hogan in their WrestleMania 18 rematch. The Rock beats Hulk Hogan once again. And they officially reveal The Rock, Vince McMahon, and this mystery referee were in cahoots all along. And, you know, they're sitting there, they've got their hands up, fucking was telling the crowd, yeah, we got all your asses. And then that's that. And if you don't know, the referee was Sylvain Grenier of La Resistance. But this was before he debuted as La Resistance. And The Rock, Vince, and Sylvain Grenier leave the ring. The Rock is wiping Hogan's blood off his arm. And then Rock and Sylvain Grenier take a powder. They get to the back. But Vince McMahon stays out to the ring. Vince McMahon gets back in the ring. Hulk Hogan is trying to pull himself up onto Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon pie faces Hogan. Vince McMahon rips off his suit jacket to reveal a parody Hulk Hogan shirt that says, "What you gonna do, brother?" on the front, and on the back it says nothing. And then Vince McMahon took it off before he pie faced Hogan. He pie faced Hogan. Hogan goes back down to the mat. Vince McMahon rips the "What you gonna do, brother, nothing" shirt off, Hulk Hogan style. Vince McMahon's doing Hulk Hogan's ear thing. He keeps doing this. Vince McMahon leaves, and the ending shot of the pay-per-view, Hulk Hogan laying in the ring, looking up at Vince McMahon, standing up on the apron, standing up on the stage. Hulk Hogan's looking furious. Vince McMahon's up on the stage. Now, I don't know if this is what he said, but when you watch it back and you look at Vince McMahon at the closing of the ending, I think it's what he is saying. But he points to Hulk Hogan and he says, "You're fucking me." It's what it looks like he says on the event. But if he was actually saying that, I have no clue. But that's what it looked like he said. He said, "You're fucking me," is what it looked like he said, I think. That's just what I got out of it. And then Vince McMahon does Hulk Hogan's strong arm pose. Fade to black. WWE logo. And that is the end of No Way Out 2003. And honestly, this is my favorite No Way Out event. Not one bad match except for Triple H and Scott Steiner. You take out Triple H and Scott Steiner, this was one hell of a pay-per-view. It was one hell of a fun pay-per-view to watch. Match of the night, though, I'd have to give it to the handicap match. But also the main event, Hogan and Rock, was good. Big Show and Undertaker, Matt Hardy and Billy Kidman, Jericho and Jeff Hardy, the World Tag Team title match. Not one bad match except for, Triple H, the Dookie Paw that was Triple H and Scott Steiner. But there you guys go. That is No Way Out 2003 pay-per-view review. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If there's any videos you want me to do, let me know in the comments down below. It can be anything. It doesn't have not to be wrestling related. I will be starting vlogs here sometime soon. I don't know when, whenever I feel like doing it. But come back tomorrow, because tomorrow I will be doing another pay-per-view review. I will be reviewing Survivor Series 2003 right here on Evans Wrestling. Tune in tomorrow. Don't forget, turn on that notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I upload. There you guys go. Hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to If you haven't seen it in a while, I demand you go back and watch it. No Way Out 2003. Really good event besides, this dump pile right here. Other than that, go check it out. Go check out No Way Out 2003 if you haven't already. If you have already, go rewatch it. Give it a rewatch. Grab some popcorn. Grab a drink. You'll be highly entertained throughout the whole event. Besides Triple H and Scott Steiner, of course. But anyway, there you guys go. That's it. That's it for this review. See you tomorrow for Survivor Series 2003. This was No Way Out. Tomorrow, Survivor Series. I will see y'all tomorrow.